Welcome to this week's Whole Wheat Costa. Tonight we have fridge beer for the. It's just beer that I haven't been drinking. So like I buy a 6 pack and like we'll drink like 2 of them or 3 of them, and then I'll drink one with dinner. So Kevin has the Dogfish Head mixed media, and I have a German Hefeweizen made by the with the purity laws, the German purity laws of water, barley, hops.
Also, no beer facts again.
No beer facts. We've had plenty of Dogfish.
We probably had
beer
these,
facts.
yeah. I probably can stop actually.
Real quick, I did give beer facts. The purity law.
German purity laws.
Yeah.
I probably can stop at our old beer store next week if I leave in a reasonable time, because I realize it actually is faster to get here if I cut the other way past your old apartment.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I was taking this longer route, but if I go down that road, it leaves me out right in between here and the gym on 70. So it's perfect.
Yeah.
You think the girl at the beer store misses us?
No, well, I still go there.
Oh, you still
I
go
just
there?
went without you. Oh,
Okay.
so happy 50th episode.
Yeah.
I couldn't get anybody to be on the podcast. Also, the third mic wasn't good enough, so now I have to get a different third mic.
It's too good.
It was too good.
Yeah.
And it was a cool color. Maybe I'll post it on the Instagram later.
Yeah. Before we send it back.
Yeah.
Like, this is the mic we were not going to use.
Yeah.
Don't ever get this microphone.
Yeah. So I had
Not sponsored by these people.
Yeah. It was really nice looking mic and it sounded good. So I might get the same maker, but a different style mic.
Yeah.
This was omnidirectional, so it picked up too much sound. We need to focus.
Just need the one direction.
Yeah. So I had a realization this weekend. Like, it was a pretty big realization in my life.
Yeah.
So I finally and you kind of know this from my ex or whatever, that like I've always been, someone's always depended on me.
Yeah. Wait, is this gonna be something that I told you a long time ago?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what everybody tells you, but it's like a lot of people are dependent on me, and so like I've always taken care of them, and I think I realized like for the first time ever, like I have to be the most important person in my life.
Yes.
Yeah, and I haven't been. So I was cooking dinner for family dinner, Rachel's parents and everything, and so I made this homemade. It was we kind of made lunch meat. Sandwiches, but I cooked the roast beef. I cut it thin. I cooked the chicken. I cut it thin, and I just got store-bought ham.
And they're all super allergic to roast beef, but fuck them because you're looking out for number one now.
Yeah, and,
they're all dead now.
So it was like, and then we bought like a nice loaf of bread and like had it cut at Whole Foods and everything, it was kind of stale. It was real weird, but it all tasted good. So it was like a cold cut sandwich, like sort of dinner.
Wait,
but
like you bought a loaf of bread and you cut it at home?
No, they cut it at the store.
I don't go to these sort of fancy stores.
Right. Well, it's the closest one. So anyway, so like I make this barbecue chicken, like 2 chicken breasts, and I like covered it in like a seasoning and everything, and it tasted better, like 100% better than the store-bought barbecue chicken lunch meat. Like it was so good. And then I made these hot honey garlic wings. And her dad, I don't think he's given a compliment since 1976. He would just went crazy about these wings and everything.
I mean, that was the bicentennial though. Yeah. So, I mean, that was really the high point for him.
Yeah. God bless America. That was the last.
2076. He's gonna be real excited.
Yeah. So I realized something, like a big realization, like if I put my mind to something, I could do anything. And like I was like, I gotta stop. I'm my own worst critic. Like, I'm the hardest person on me. And even Rachel and her mom were like, yeah, you treat yourself like shit. She's like,
bash your toe against bathtubs and shit.
Yeah, she goes, you try to help everyone out, but like you never put yourself first. So I got to start putting myself first. And like I realized, like, I have to stop being my own worst critic. Which is like tough, and I never have. And the thing is, like, everybody's been always so dependent on me. This is like the first time in my life where someone goes, "I got your back."
Yeah.
Like, I've never heard those words before. Like, do what you want. Like, I'm here for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you really didn't. I mean, it doesn't sound like your parents were like the most supportive people you obviously had a relationship with your dad, unlike with your mom or stuff, but he doesn't sound like he was like the most loving, caretaking sort of father, just from what I've heard of him.
Yeah,
And
they weren't the parents where they're like where you're like, oh, I want to go do this, and they're like, all right, we got you. They just give you every excuse why it's never gonna work.
yeah,
So now at like almost 30 years old, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go do this, and she goes, yeah, you want some help? I'll help you research it.
yeah.
You
Well,
know?
that's what I mean. And your ex-wife was like just, I mean, vacant, like just empty air in her head. So
Yeah.
just, and again, I only knew her for a couple of years, but from what I remember of her, like not a go-getter. So like not someone that would drive someone else either.
Right.
Um,
So we were talking like this was like probably 2 weeks ago.
yeah,
Me and her we were talking, and I was like, I want to do something that's not like always for myself. And I was like, I have the podcast. Like I love doing the podcast and everything. And like, but that's never gonna support me.
yeah.
Like it might,
Are you
but
gonna be a chef? Is that where you're going with this?
no,
Okay.
no, not at all.
Because I think that's what you should have done now in retrospect. I take back the engineering stuff I said a few years ago.
No, I
Because
don't.
like you're like a little offbeat, like your one eye's a little droopy, where like you look like you could be a chef.
Right.
Like
No, I hate working at night.
yeah, well that's the hours and the lifestyles like
It's a
sounds
different. Yeah.
miserable.
No, my lifestyle, like I like getting up at 4:30 in the morning, and like running or something like that. So
If you got successful enough, you could have your own breakfast place.
I could. I
Yeah.
really could. So, she's like, just start a business. And I'm like, I talk down to her. I'm like, yeah, just start a business. Who just starts a business? And then
Everybody that starts a business.
yeah, I was like, you need this. And like, I was real like I put the idea down. I call
Yeah.
it stupid. And I'm at work, right? And I'm like, you know what? I should just start my own business. So
Yeah.
we were talking about like what I'm good at, like what I know. Like I've been working in warehousing and shipping and all this other stuff for like my, like just what I know. And she's like, I don't know, just think of something. So I was like, what if I start a shipping business?
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah. So talking to other people. Hold on one second. Let's turn this up. So I'm talking to other people about it. And just like a couple guys that I work with.
Mm.
And well, like salesmen or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to him, and I was like, what if like I started a hazmat shipping business? Because like I already have the certifications, I know how to do it, and like
Yeah.
I know the rules and how to do it. And this one guy comes in, he's like, that'd be a great idea. He goes, we get people. It's a packaging company. He's like, we get people, and they go, hey, can you ship this for us? And he goes, we don't ship stuff. We just sell stuff to ship.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's companies that they don't know how to ship their stuff because if you go to FedEx, like if I go to FedEx, I'd be fine.
Yeah.
But if you went to FedEx and I had this hazmat package, they'll go, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, just figure out some other way. And then it costs so much money. So like my business idea would be to, within a certain amount of time, the first part would be pick up packages and courier them, right?
Yeah.
And then the most important part would be going from businesses that have to ship hazmat and like people that have to ship hazmat but have no idea how to or don't invest in an employee that does hazmat.
Yeah.
So you pick it up like on a Friday and then by Monday it's all shipped.
Okay.
And then just start there.
I'm just picturing the whole Wheat Casa studio filled with like radioactive shit.
Yeah. Not like paints and thinners and corrosives and anything.
Like there's just like a soft glow in the studio all times.
Your cancer comes back tenfold.
Yeah.
No.
Or just immune to all cancers.
So, I started talking to like Rachel about that over the last week, right? And like she's like, all right, you got to look into things like, so what we're going to do this week, because this is like my break between classes.
Yeah.
What we're going to do this week is we're going to write everything down that I know, that like things, and then I'll talk to like FedEx and UPS and try to get an account and look into it and then like have come up with a professional email.
Yeah.
Well, she'll help me that. She's been a white collar professional for 12 years now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna come up with an email and like email like businesses in the area like, hey, and then like actually just start like in the next year like just start showing up at places and like start like selling that, and like that's my business plan.
Just be like, hey, buddy, got some hazmats?
Yeah,
You got
and
some
like
hazmats you need somewhere else?
yeah,
Because I'll put them there.
right. So
I'll
like
be your salesman.
so- you're a terrible salesman. But like yeah, once I figure out like everything I need to do it, and then another thing is that the third part of the plan is once you get to do it, you get an import export license.
Okay.
So you can bring in imports from people. What and then what that means is like you like I was looking into that, like you sign, like you go to customs and you inspect stuff and you sign for it, and then they pay you a nominal fee, and if they don't pay you, it's your stuff.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
you can keep on to it, or you can export, or you can get in. I can get into international hazmat shipping, which actually like it's it sounds like it's to some people because you see all those pack and ship and FedEx and UPS,
Yeah.
but not a lot of people do hazmat.
Yeah, no, it makes sense because I would think you would need a special, I would assume you wouldn't throw hazmat stuff in with like people's Amazon packages.
No,
So it probably takes a whole separate supply chain of stuff to do it.
right. It's
That makes sense.
it like you have to have certifications and everything. You have to know how to use the manuals and all this other stuff. So that was like my realization. Like if I put my mind to it, I can do anything. Like and I have to put me first.
Yeah.
And I can't. I like even if I do it part time on my own.
Yeah.
It's something that's mine, something I can be proud of, something I can make extra money for, and something I can turn into something. Because
Yeah.
if no one really does it in the area, then
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
And I mean, I would ship everything.
Yeah.
You asked me to come pick up a picture. I'm going to ship that picture. You know, I'll ship everything.
you got to make it a little radioactive first.
Yeah, yeah. Like that's the thing. Like the guy I was talking to, the one of the guys I was talking to, he's like, yeah, ship everything,
Yeah.
but specialize in hazmat. And
Yeah.
he's like, people will come to you.
Yeah. Just be like, oh, I need these baseball cards to ship. Can you put a little lead paint on them? Because then we can ship them.
Yeah. Actually, lead paint's not hazardous.
Yeah, okay.
So there's two different types of hazardous.
Yeah.
CRF-29, which is hazardous for your body,
Yeah.
and then there's CRF-49, which is road. It's like hazardous to travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I think I haven't talked about extra credits on this program for a while, but that was one of their, I think, really good episodes back when they used to not be weird like they are now. Which was, they had the whole lot of series about like how to make your first game or whatever, and like the one episode came down boiled down to like just make one, like,
Right.
and that's what most of life is, like people. Like, I mean, every once in a while you like fall into something where you just like are talking to somebody and like some opportunity comes up. But for the most part, you just have to like, just in your head be like, oh, I'm going to do this thing. And then you do it. And that's the difference is, there's people in the world that are like, okay, well, I'm going to go to college, or I'm going to go to grad school, or I'm going to start a business, or I'm going to write a book and then do it. And then there's people that are like, oh, I'm going to do this one day and then die eventually.
Right.
Like, there's only those two groups of people. So,
Yeah. So I've already started like looking into it.
yeah.
And we're gonna start writing everything down because this is something that like I'm not good at. But when you have the right support,
Yeah.
it was someone she's worked in finance and HR
Yeah.
and
What does Rachel do?
accounting. Insurance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I didn't know.
And then, people like I know for a fact that I have help.
Yeah.
Like I could tell, like if I worked and my brother had off Wednesday and Thursday, I'm like, hey, I need you to pick this stuff up at these addresses. He'll be like, all right, cool. I'll flip him $40, and
Yeah.
he would be overjoyed to help me.
Yeah. So really, your hazmat business could just be the back of Carmen's car.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's like you gotta think small, like something that'll make me happy, something
Yeah.
that I can do, because I don't like. I'll probably keep my job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll keep my 9 to 5,
I mean,
or I'll get a better job.
hopefully you wouldn't eventually.
Yeah, but for a little bit,
Yeah.
that's something I can do. Like I realized, like it took a long time, but I've always supported other people.
Yeah.
Whether it's like emotionally or financially or just, and I've never had a person go, "I got your back."
Yeah.
And that's like that was something tough for me to like grasp. That took like weeks.
I'm really picturing Carmen in my head now, like just shipping all the hazmats. Just be like, well, we can ship your hazmats, but like, we don't want you to ask how they're going to get there. Just like they're going to get there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So, and then another thing is like, like if you have the post office will come pick up your stuff and you can ship it.
Yeah.
But no like the pack and ship, no one comes out to your house and picks it up and
Yeah.
then ships it. And I think that's another part of like my business like idea that I can do.
I'm just picturing like a green chemtrail like behind Carmen's car, just fluorescent green.
It's like oh, never mind. I'll let you have your vote. I'll let you have your fun.
Just he just has a nice radioactive glow all the time. It's
Yeah,
nice.
he'll be fine. It'll
Yeah.
help the cancer.
Yeah.
So
No, I think it's a good idea.
yeah, that was my last couple of weeks, like thinking about stuff to do. I mean, it's gonna take a while. Like this shelf next to us in the studio,
Yeah.
I might go from blankets to paint, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went to the gym yesterday for the first time since
since your
cancer.
cancer surgery,
Yeah. Um, and it's tough because sometimes you just want to post real fuckboy stuff, like about how you survive cancer and you're back at the gym. But then, like, if you're not really a fuckboy, like, then you don't know what to do. So I really wanted to, but I didn't post anything.
yeah. Real quick, speaking of the gym,
Yeah.
I've been going to the gym. Like I haven't worked out any less.
Yeah.
But I've been eating. Like I went on a tear, like eating and drinking, and then
Yeah.
I realized like thinking about like why am I gaining weight? Then I was it's I was cooking breakfast Sunday. And I re-
13 egg omelet.
yeah, 13.
Why am I gaining weight?
Yeah. And then like I don't know why I've been eating like that. Like I know food's my comfort because we've talked about it off air. Like and I've gotten pretty good at it, and I like went back to these old habits. And then like I was cooking breakfast and it like kind of clicked. Like I don't because I just moved in. Like I don't feel like I'm home.
Okay,
So it's
yeah.
like very stressful. So like I'm eating, but I was like, when am I going back home? Like it's been a couple weeks, and I haven't been back home yet. So it was like the stress of moving out in the beginning of the month, and then the stress of like not feeling at home.
Yeah.
Like nothing here, nobody here like makes me feel like I'm not welcome.
Yeah.
Like I'm always greeted with like smiles and everything, but it's not my place. After years of living on your own, you kind of then you live with someone where like you move in. I moved into a house that's been owned and lived in for 9 years.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
we should have called Kelly about this topic. We should have planned that
Yeah,
because she probably had thoughts on it
yeah,
since she had this similar experience.
yeah. We can still call her, but I can't find my cable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe if we're married, maybe we can. Maybe this will be maybe next week. This will be a preview for next week. We'll talk about it
All right.
for our Area 51 special.
So going to the gym's been fine, but and then I started working out harder last week again. So I think I should because I went up 8 pounds. So
Okay.
I should be able to go back down that 8 pounds, and then the other 20 pounds I want to get down.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So I mean, I want to go back to the gym anyway, but then I really had to go back because over the last week, one girl at work that's like single was on like one of the dating websites and found a profile of a guy that everyone thought looked like me. I think he looks goofy as fuck. So like
So it looks just like you.
so like I think like so here I'm thinking I'm like looking pretty good going to the gym, and then there's this just goofy ass looking guy. That everyone's like, this is definitely Kevin. And so like literally all week everyone thought it was hilarious. Like I'm pretty sure it was brought up 3,500 times all week. And then the one girl at work said that my like headshot for Penn like I look just like that now, and I was like 245 pounds when I had that headshot taken, and like all fat. Like I'd never been to the gym in my life at that point.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool, okay. Well, I guess I'm just gonna be anorexic now. Like I don't know. Like, so yeah. So I went back. It made me a little bit nervous. Like I kind of tested things. Like I did most of the things I would normally do, and I did like a really lightweight at first, and then if I felt like pulling or stretching, then I like didn't do them. And I just like moved on to other stuff. I did some leg exercises I hadn't done in a while because obviously those were fine to do, and now like my legs were sore today. But I could still like bench press, so that was cool. So I did that. I don't want to be all flat chested.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because like I want to be lighter. I really do.
Yeah.
Like I have a big old spare tire and like big old hips and everything. So it like my goals and what I feel are
Yeah.
two different things. But it's kind of funny because like a lot of people think like I don't think I'm that big of a guy.
Yeah.
Like broad, like I have real broad shoulders,
Yeah.
and they say I'm kind of tall, but I'm not. I don't. I think I'm like an average sized guy, but
You're
apparently,
like a head taller than me.
yeah, but apparently, like I'm not an average sized guy,
Yeah.
and so I was running with my trainer last week, and like he's like, all right, I went to go turn the wrong turn, and I kind of like bumped into him, and he like flew into a building, like he's like, oh Jesus Christ, you know. And then at my Graham's funeral, this guy, my old football coach,
Yeah.
he's like, hey Stoner, and he looked like, did I tell you this? He looked like Santa.
Okay.
Like he had a big old beard,
Yeah.
like long hair, bald on the top, but he's wearing a maroon suit,
Yeah.
a maroon tie, maroon socks, and like gaiters.
Okay.
This is a white guy,
Yeah.
and he's like, hey Stoner, and shakes my hand, and I was like, he's like, I recognize you, but you don't recognize me. It's Coach Les. And I go, oh, what's up? He's a big guy. Like
Yeah.
played college football. He's like 6'5", probably
Yeah.
300 pounds. He's probably like 60 now.
Yeah.
And he goes, Jesus Christ, what have you been eating? And I was like, I don't know, eggs. And he's like, man, I remember you used to hit people and they used to like want to sit out. He's like, you ever do anything with football? I go, no, well, no. He's like, you know my dad. He's like, I was like, you're too. You always told me you're too small. Don't even try football.
Yeah.
He's like, I think you would have made it to college with football at least, just
Yeah.
hitting people, and you know that's like what we talked about earlier. Like my dad was like, oh, you'll never make it. You're too short.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I'm 14. Like I'm 5'9". I'm 14 years old, 5'9", 200 pounds. Like what do you like? Come on.
Yeah. I'm not 5'9" now.
yeah. Yeah. And he's
I haven't made it to 5'9" yet.
yeah, and I was wearing a suit. He's like, what are you like? 215, like 6 foot. And I go, like 230, 5'10". He's like, no, bigger. And I talked to him for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I
You're
gotta
like
go to the gym.
5'10".
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a weird thing. You just seem bigger than you are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like I don't know. And like even her, like I rolled over in bed, like I just rolled over and
Yeah.
I elbowed her in the back, and she had like a bruise, and it hurt for like 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's like like I can't lift the heaviest weights, but especially from going to the gym, like I am a powerful guy.
Yeah. Well, that's why I feel like you're one of those guys that like, and I feel like to a lesser extent, I've always felt my like I'm this way myself a little bit, like not like maybe like if, you know, if you were like, okay, well, how much can you bench press? Like it's not an impressive number,
Right.
but then if you had like if you talk about functional stress, like functional strength, like it's
Right.
like, oh, can you lift that thing? Like that, like then you can do it.
Yeah. Like you ever see Seinfeld? And it's the one where they have the clown and the one they have there's a fire and George is like fire,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and he pushes it. That's me.
Yeah.
Like I don't care who's in my way.
Yeah.
Like it could be a bunch of guys bigger than me, and I know for a fact I'm getting through all them.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the cause. If that's just like a mind body connection thing. Why some people like are like have more functional strength than others, or like what it is. I don't know.
Right. Oh, like we have some of the drums at work. Like I can't lift them, obviously.
Yeah.
But like you kind of can push them and roll them. They're like 600-700 pounds.
Yeah.
And like you push them and roll them just like to get them where you want on a pallet or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like no one else can do it. Like me and another guy. But I have the strength.
Yeah.
And he has like the experience of doing it for 40 years.
Yeah.
You know. And people are like, oh, you hurt your back if you move them. But not if you lift right. Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna hurt your back.
Yeah. Oh, so I heard about somebody recently, and I don't think they told anyone yet, but who has a kid that's like has that, that thing where like like your nerve receptors don't work right, so you don't really feel pain. That's like scary as shit.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know. I was just thinking about for myself. Like I was thinking about like the time a few weeks ago when I like sort of like hurt myself at the gym cause I like did a stupid thing going backwards. Like if I didn't feel that immediate pain, like what, like that muscle just would have torn off. Like that's how I would have realized when like my arm stopped working and I just dropped the weight. Like if I didn't feel that sudden twinge of pain, Like that's just freakish. I don't know. It sucks. Like that's like one of the scarier things you can have, I think.
Yeah, but
Know.
someone like that at the gym,
Yeah.
like you hurt yourself real easy.
Yeah.
But then you think about it, you can just push yourself further than everyone else. You're basically a superhero.
To a point, the other thing we were talking about, like Kelly, like when she hurt her ankle really bad, where she was like in like a like a brace for like months. Like, I mean, imagine if you didn't feel pain, you would have just been bouncing, and then your ankle would have like practically broke, and then you just would have like you would have eventually realized that your foot's sideways.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, and by that point you would have totally torn all the muscles and tendons there because of I don't know, it's just like it's like scary.
Yeah, it's something I don't want to think about, but I don't know because I've never actually met anyone like that, and I've never asked.
I
But
think it's super rare.
yeah, I was just gonna say I've been doing good not burping.
Yeah.
because it's like low. It's like low carbon beer.
I've been more the burpee one, but I'm a little less dramatic about my burps. So,
Excuse me, but like, is your body aware that it's hurt?
I don't think
Yeah.
so. I mean, probably later on you would know in some way,
Right,
but it's like
bruising
it's that
and stuff.
immediate pain response that like protects you.
So I hate any type of pain. Like I won't do things. Like I am a coward where I look at something I go, well that caused me any type of pain.
Yeah.
Like paper cuts I hate.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like pain for me, and she doesn't, like Rachel doesn't understand this. Like my brother doesn't understand this. A lot of people they don't understand. It's like I've been in pain most of my life because of the Crohn's.
Yeah.
Right. So what you do, like I burnt my hand.
Yeah.
That shit hurt. But I
Yeah.
didn't actually get to CVS for 45 minutes because I
Yeah.
finished cooking dinner. Like I broke my toe. Like it still hurts.
Yeah.
But I just go to work and I'll hurt myself, and they go, "Well, how are you doing that in pain?" And I go, "Well, I just ignore the pain."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, you can't just ignore pain." And I'm like, "I do it all the time because it's something like I know it hurts, but I have this task that I have to finish."
Yeah.
So I push it to the back burner, and I think I've learned myself, and I think that's a unique trait in some humans that you can just push pain back to the back burner. You ignore it, like you don't want to, like the burn. Like I cleaned it out the first thing I could, and I covered it up with a painkiller, like
Yeah.
antibacterial, some lidocaine, and then some Vaseline, just to keep
Yeah.
it covered.
Yeah.
Because I know infection's real bad, but the pain itself, like it hurt, but it didn't bother me
Yeah.
because I knew I had other things to do.
Yeah, I think there's certain kind of pains that are more freaky, like this, the pain from my back incision's kind of freaky only because like I know what the implication is. Like I know that there's a big chunk of skin that's totally just stitched together that hadn't healed yet at that point.
Yeah.
So like in my head, like in your head, you picture like the sutures just holding your skin together, and like if you stretch the wrong way,
It'll
like
pop.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
not with your fucking leather hide.
Yeah. That was more scary about it because it's thick enough.
The sutures pop. Not
Yeah.
like the sutures. Like most people, like the sutures will. The skin will break.
Yeah.
Like the sutures break on you.
Yeah.
Like
But like I think it depends what pain represents. So like something like that, or like, like I have like so it's kind of weird because, and I don't know I never figured out what the cause of this was. I mean, I didn't really pursue it that much. Like I don't really like I don't think there's anything to do about it. But like time like I've used now non-consecutively over 2 periods of time. I've used like a CPAP for sleep apnea, and whenever I use the CPAP, my lower back hurts a lot. Like it wakes me up from sleeping, and then like I have to like basically sleep sitting up like the friggin' elephant man, and then like it still hurts part of the morning, but like that pain, I mean it bothers me in that I can't sleep or it wakes me up from sleep, but like I know it's nothing bad, so like I know it's just muscle or muscle strain, or like how maybe just hit the position I'm in, like it's something benign. So like even though it's annoying, like it doesn't stress me out. It doesn't really bother me. I'm not concerned about it. But then like there's other pains like my eye's been kind of like really dry and bothering me the last couple of days, and I felt like a little bump and I think it's just like a weird little like thing on my eyelid. But after I just had skin cancer, I'm like, oh, now I got the melanoma in my eye. Like, like a more benign pain like that bothers me more, just because like, I don't know what it is. Or like again the incision pain, because I know the implication of if I really did something really stupid, like what could happen. I mean, it'd have to be pretty drastic, honestly, to like really hurt it. But like the implication of it, so like it bothers you more. So like someone with your hand, like you knew what the pain was from,
Right.
like there's no serious implications to it, like whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, the pain I don't care about. It's the
Yeah.
infection.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That also, I know that's another thing that like worries me. Maybe I'm like because of my second thing, my neutropenia. Like
Yeah.
I never worry about my cuts, like what's going on, whether it's going to heal or not. What I'm worried about is the infection. So that's another thing that could probably do it.
The hematologist hasn't answered me back yet. I'll send her a message to the computer. I'll probably text her at some point if she doesn't answer back.
What's it called? Like you watch movies and like action movies where the guy gets like shot or stabbed or whatever. I was watching my brother and like two other guys, and the one guy, I think it was Casey. He's like, "Oh, it's bullshit." He's like, "You get stabbed, you're not going to keep going after something." My brother was like, "He would." Like me, like if something's going on in my family and I just get stabbed, like that's back burner shit.
Yeah.
Like and that is how I think sometimes. Like the pain isn't like I have, like I said earlier, I have something to do.
Yeah. Or even like gym related pain. Like I know, like I think about it sometimes. Like if I do bench presses and like my chest is sore, or like I do like curls, my biceps are sore, or I do like squats and my legs are sore. Like that actually kind of feels good in a way, because because you know what the reason is.
Right.
But if I'm doing leg stuff and then I get like groin pain, or if I'm doing or if I'm like lifting something and I get like shoulder pain, like that doesn't feel like, that worries me, because like I don't know, I have like a family history kind of bad shoulders, like of people having shoulder injuries. And I've said before how like my left shoulder like hurts a lot more than the right one, so I worry that like I have some underlying thing there that bothers me. I see guys with inguinal hernias all the time in the office, so like pain down there like freaks me out, because like I've seen just tons of guys get surgery for inguinal hernias. So again, it's just like not knowing 100% what the cause of the pain is, and knowing that there's like potentially bad implications for it. Like I think that's the scarier thing than the feeling of pain itself, whatever. I think that's what we see a lot of people that are freaked out in our office because they have back pain and they think it's from kidney stones. And we see some people that you're like, we scan them, we're like, no, it's not from kidney stones, and they're like, okay, I'm fine then, because like I mean they still have the pain, but they know it's not something bad,
right,
so they're fine with it. But
it's
then
just a good massage can fix.
Yeah, but then like other people are like freak out because they're like, what do you mean it's not from kidney stones? Like I have a kidney stone, how's it not causing? And like they just don't accept it, and I guess they just don't get it like in their head like that. Oh, it's just like you have a backache or something, or maybe they have some other problem that they have to look into, but they get like they like still get freaked out by it, but I think, I don't know, it's I don't really know where I was going with that line of thought, but basically the same point, that like if it depends what the implication of the pain is, not just what the pain is.
Right.
So I was in a really bad mood when I was coming here, and
then a good mood because you're coming to podcast.
Yeah. Well, like it always worries me that I'm in a bad mood when I'm coming to podcast, because I'm like, oh, what am I going to talk about? Because like I'm one of the people that like when I'm in a bad mood, I like brood on it or like have to talk about it. Like I don't want, and like I don't want to just complain on the podcast because it's not interesting for anyone. I mean it's like sometimes if it's funny, but like just general complaining isn't really interesting. And most of the time, like a day like today, like I just had a couple hours of like mildly annoying shit happen. Like it wasn't like there was some big event which might be interesting to talk about. It was like literally just shit I could complain about. And then I put on Childish Gambino on my phone, and it's awesome. So okay, do you know who he is?
Yeah.
Donald Glover.
Right.
So have you ever listened to any of his stuff?
Yeah, just that This Is America.
This Is America song?
Yeah. It's so good.
So and like how much of his acting and stuff have you seen?
Oh, Rob had me watch some of Atlanta.
Okay,
which is it's one of the best comedies I've ever watched.
So he's in Community. He's been
Yeah.
in a few movies. I think he was in like the one of the Magic Mike movies. He was in
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Well, what's it called? Like I've consciously listened to This Is America, but
Okay.
I've listened to other stuff he's rapped about.
So I'm so fascinated because I listened to his stuff just randomly one day and because I don't really listen to rap, but and then I was listening, I was like, I really like this, and then the more I was like listening to his lyrics and then like knowing who he is, I'm pretty sure it's all bullshit. I mean, I guess the name tips you off, Childish Gambino, because it's like a stupid name, but
Well, he got it from like the Wu-Tang Clan like name generator or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my take on it, and I don't know if if this is true or if this is common knowledge, and I just have recently come across him, so this is just so I don't know about it. But I mean, it just seems like he's a comedy actor who's playing the role of a rapper, but yet while doing that is better than a lot of actual rappers.
So
That's just talented as shit. Like, I don't know.
I don't think it's that he's playing a role.
Yeah.
I think it is an alter ego.
Yeah.
Because he is rapping about real things.
Not really.
Some of the things
Some
he is.
things.
Yeah, some things he is.
We're gonna pause for a minute, and I'm gonna play the song Bonfire
We can't
for
pause.
you. We can't pause?
No.
I thought we could pause.
It's fine.
Okay. Well, afterwards we're gonna listen to the song Bonfire. And then maybe next episode we'll hear your take on it.
Yeah.
But I think it's the big cipher key for me that it's that it's all bullshit, that it's like a big a joke isn't the right word, but I guess I would compare him to when Andy Kaufman would like play a character and it was like so realistic, but it was just him acting. Like, I really think all Childish Gambino is 100% just Donald Glover acting as a rapper. But there's a song Bonfire, and there's a few lines in it. So, well, he has a couple other songs where he talks about how he's basically born as a rich black kid. So he was like born with a silver spoon in his mouth, and that makes him awesome. And then he has the song Bonfire where he talks about how like in the same song he talks about how like people told him to give up because he sounds white, and how like he sounds funny, like the N-word with a hard R. So I think that's like a tip off that it's like this isn't really him. And then there's a line about how so the first half of the song is like the most over the top, like gonna fuck all the bitches, he has a big dick, he's the best rapper, like the most over the top, like obnoxious rap song ever. And then the second verse starts with a line about how he's gonna burn down everything you motherfuckers talk about. So and then he has another line right after that about how he doesn't talk soft, that's the other guy.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, I think it's just all a hint that like this is just this character that he's playing.
Well, the rap game now, like all that shit, it's all bullshit anyway.
Yeah.
Those guys are in debt. They're not living those lives, you know. It is bullshit.
Well, and I kind of would look at his backstory because at least, and maybe this is just the character of Childish Gambino, and this isn't really Donald Glover, but he has a thing in that song too about how like his dad owned like half of a big company, so he was rich his entire life, and he's always going to be rich and fuck everybody else.
Yeah, probably.
So, and in another song he has a verse about how like his like year that he took off before college, essentially, like the rich kid thing, you know. So,
well, I just think like I haven't listened to him much, but I have watched Atlanta and some of Community.
Yeah,
and I think he's hilarious. Like he's a great writer.
but that's what I mean. I'm fascinated. He's so talented that like I really think he's playing at rapping and is still really good at it. Like that America song was I think it was like a Song of the Year nominee.
Right.
And he's fucking around.
They played XPN.
Yeah.
That does alternative rock.
Yeah.
They played it on that.
Yeah.
104.5 alternative rock.
Yeah.
They played it on that.
Yeah.
Like it is a very popular song.
And like we're like, this is America. Like that's the joke line. Like that's the thing that people joke. Like I don't know.
But it's not really a song as much as it is like the visuals in the video.
Yeah.
The video is like really good, well done too, and like that's super creative the way he did the video.
Yeah.
You know?
but I just feel like to use, I don't know, I don't have a good. I feel like the line that comes to my head is like that British line, he's just taking the piss out of everybody. Like I think that's what this music is.
Yeah,
Like I don't know.
but here's the bottom line of his music and his writing.
It's
and
still really
everything.
good.
It's all good,
Yeah.
but it's all entertainment.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, Kevin,
Yeah.
are you entertained?
Yeah. Super
There
entertaining.
you go.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to entertain us.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's coming video or your speakers, as long as he's doing his job as an entertainer.
So I don't know. I just think I just think it's cool. Like I don't know. Just it's like Robin Williams. Like who's the other guy I said earlier? Andy Kaufman. It's like Robin Williams, Andy Kaufman like level of stuff.
Right.
Where he can just like do whatever he just can do whatever he wants, and he's like good at it.
Yeah, he should be.
I don't know. It's but I feel like I like is he like the once a generation guy? Like is he like Andy Kaufman, then Rob Williams, then Donald Glover is going to be like the next guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean he really might be. I don't know.
Everything he's ever put his hands on,
Yeah,
has been amazing.
yeah. He was he wrote for 30 Rock when he was in college.
Right.
Like his part-time job in college
Yeah.
was writing for 30 Rock.
Yeah, he's creative, and I don't ever use this word. He's a creative genius.
Yeah.
And that's something you could say, like, love him or hate him.
Yeah.
He's good at what he does.
Yeah.
And everybody universally agrees
Yeah.
he's good.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, that made me think of, because I was talking to Cool Brittany about this the other day. She doesn't like him. I feel like she likes the real trap music is like what she likes. I feel like it's gonna be what Sam likes too, because he's like
Trap music.
Yeah, Sam loves Post Malone. If you put on any Post Malone song, Sam's like I like this song.
I've never listened to Post Malone, and I don't know what he sounds like. All I know is he looks like a homeless white man.
Yeah, but no, I had to when I was driving Sam back the other day, we put on the radio and it wasn't like any of the 6 songs they usually play. So I had to go to my phone and look up Post Malone and played a bunch of Post Malone songs around Sam, and every one Sam's like, I like this song. But and then it was funny because then I played that Drake song, the one where the one that was like the meme, like about he only loves his bed and his mama or whatever. Because I feel like that's one of the few songs I've ever looked up that's on the radio to play because I'm a fan of that song.
Well, they're scientifically proven to be catchy.
Yeah, well, true. But it was funny. I was playing it, and then Sam at some point goes, there's the one line. At some point, Sam goes, people, whatever the line is, like people wishing bad things. And I was like, yeah, Sam, and he just loves his bed and his mama. Like, I don't know why people are wishing bad things on him. And Sam's like, yeah. And then I was like, Sam, you think he has a cool dinosaur bed too? That's why he loves it so much. And Sam was like, yeah, I have a cool dinosaur bed too.
Good old Sam.
Yeah.
He probably does have a dinosaur bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely gonna listen to trap music, date girls like Cool Brandy.
Yeah, probably.
Like that's definitely gonna be at least part of his life.
Tattoo under his cheek. Yeah. At work, we had unconscious bias.
Yeah.
Training, right? And they have all this ridiculous stuff. Like one lady teaching, there's a guy and a lady teaching it, and like she's like we all have unconscious bias. Yes, duh.
Yeah.
And then she's like if I see a group of homeless men, I cross the street.
Yeah.
That's an unconscious bias. That's bias. And I go, that's smart.
Yeah, that's
And then
unconscious bias would be Allison whenever she's a homeless person saying they're clearly not homeless because they're wearing different clothes than they were yesterday.
Right. It's like that's just smart. Like it can be biased, but like I go, bias has all bias have 2 edges of the sword.
Yeah.
Like they give this example about like this dad who buys a sports car, his son takes it out, and then the surgeon can't work on him because it's the son.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, who thought it was the mom? And like one person like raised her hand, and I was like, oh, I just thought it was either the dad because he's buying a sports car, or another dad. They're like, that's an unconscious bias because because you don't think surgeons can be women. And I was like, well, it could just be the same dad.
Yeah.
Like the dad's not home, so he took the car. He was at work as a surgeon. Or I thought maybe he had two dads. And it's
Yeah.
like that's what's wrong with having two dads?
Just
Yeah,
super woke.
yeah, and they're like, well, that's real too. And then
You just get pissed off like I'm the most woke motherfucker here.
yeah,
You just walk out of the
like
room.
I was totally cool with. Like I missed that. Like he's like, I think you missed the point of the example. I was like, no, I think like you missed a like everybody's arguing everything.
Yeah.
I was like, you misunderstand the point that all bias have two sides of the story.
Yeah.
And then the lady towards the end of it, she's like, the first thing you learn if you go to school for psychology is like some chart or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I had to raise my hand again. This is an hour and a half. I only raised my hand 3 times.
Yeah.
It's some sort of chart, and I go, wrong. The first thing you learn in psychology is human anatomy 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And she's like, what, do you have a degree in psychology? I go, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So, and I feel like with the bias thing too, I think, I guess I mostly thought about it from like a storytelling perspective, just between movies and video games and stuff like that. Is the goal, like no one can be devoid of bias. I don't know, maybe this is part of the point of the training, but the goal should be to understand your bias, like to know,
Right.
to be able to recognize it
Yeah,
when you have a clear bias.
Yeah, you don't want to be like, when it comes to personal things, like you don't, like if you're a manager, you don't want to not hire someone because you have a personal bias. You
Yeah.
know, like a Korean woman ran over your foot when you were like 5 with a shopping cart, and like a highly qualified Korean. Well, I don't know, they're gonna run my foot over again. Like that's a bias, And then I rose my hand again, like I was talking about. You remember the Starbucks thing?
I don't know.
The Starbucks thing where the manager called the
Oh
police.
yeah.
So, and they go, the one guy, he goes, well, if they, oh, by the way, they kind of mentioned that even though it took like 3 minutes,
Yeah.
they were sitting down, they didn't order anything, and like as per like the rule book for Starbucks,
Yeah.
a customer is defined as someone that is has purchased something.
Okay.
And then people like should be asked to leave and everything.
Yeah.
So the manager's like, I did what the rule book says to do.
Yeah.
So like they let the manager, who's a woman,
Yeah.
keep her job.
Yeah.
And then they, they changed their thing. Like anybody can come in there now. And it was like, you watch the video, like the 2 black guys, they said they were just waiting for their colleague. They weren't harming anything,
Yeah.
whatever. But they weren't wearing like business attire. They were
Yeah.
just wearing like sweatpants and like, jean jackets or whatever. You know what I mean? And then like she rushed over. Like
They were just dressed like I dressed a podcast.
Yeah, pretty much. And,
Yeah.
and she called the cops, which is like super biased. Like,
Yeah.
like they probably are. And then the guy in charge, like the guy part of the training goes, do you think if 2 white women with kids went into that Starbucks, they would kick them out?
Probably. The kids would probably be annoying as shit.
I raised my hand again and go, I've studied at that Starbucks, because I have. I've been there plenty of times. I've studied at the Starbucks. That's their number 1 demographic. White women with children.
Yeah.
So no, they wouldn't have kicked him out. And,
Yeah.
and he's like, well, and I was like, honestly, like I've been there like a bunch of times in like that Starbucks.
Mm.
And like, cause I'll go to concerts or whatever, so I'll bring my backpacks, or like I'll go to dinner, or like I would go on dates, and like I would wait like at that Starbucks, right?
Yeah.
And I go, honestly, like I really like, even though it does sound kind of racist because it was 2 black men that she called the cops on, like I really feel like she was just protecting the demographic of the Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, unless you've been there, like it made national headlines, but unless you've been there, you can kind of understand what she's talking about. She's a woman manager.
Yeah.
Around a Starbucks that mostly has white women, and then 2 black guys come in.
Yeah.
And and just sit there and don't order anything. Like I can understand like how she'd be like, we got to get these guys out of here.
Yeah. So with that demographic, if it were two similarly appearing white guys, like would the same thing have happened? I guess is the question.
Yeah, that should be the question.
And if you can honestly say yes, then fine. If it's no, then yeah, that was racist. So
yeah, well, yeah, if it's 2 like South Philly white guys,
yeah,
or 2 near homeless white guys,
yeah, like if yeah. Well, again, I honestly never saw this. I don't know what the guys looked like. So,
right.
but so So I didn't want to. I don't want to bias and say two like whatever looking white guys, but two similar looking white guys, whatever these guys looked like.
Yeah.
You know, if they walked in and there was an issue, then fine.
I don't think the cops would have been called, but they would have been asked to leave. Definitely.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. It's like this unconscious bias training because of the Starbucks we all had to take, and it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
They just want you to be aware of your bias.
Did you tell them you don't work at Starbucks?
Yeah, we don't even work with customers.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess maybe they're just trying. I guess with stuff like that, in case there was ever like an employee to employee HR issue, then they can be like, oh, well, we provide this training and like whatever. I think it's just to cover.
Yeah, it is to cover them, but I just thought it was like real silly.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go to the gym for the second time post cancer today.
Okay.
So we'll see how that works out.
So you good?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good.
All right. That's it for the 50th episode of Whole Week Costa. Woo! Area 51's next week. Thanks for listening in.